Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ask the Accountant. As many of you have said in the comments, it is rather chilly. I've spent the weekend arguing with myself not to put the heating on and just to put another jumper on. Walking into bathrooms to find someone's left the window open, and then I'm wondering whether I'm getting hypothermia in the house. But I am pleased to say that means it's September, which means it's Accountex week. So that is always a good sign. Welcome everyone to Ask the Accountant. As per usual, we are here around these microphones at 8:30 every Monday morning, chatting all things accounting and bookkeeping industry. And we are on episode 151 on the 22nd of September, which is travel day for Accountex Manchester. Yes, the air's gone out of your balloons. You're on mute, Aaron.
I wonder if there's a helium shortage, eh?
Someone's nicked it. It's that short. Aaron, how are you and how was your week?
Very good, thank you. Very good. It's very chilly, isn't it? I am actually sat here in shorts and a t-shirt at the moment and thinking I may have got my outfit wrong for but apparently it's going to brighten up. So, yeah. And
brighten, not warm.
But we're in that hot room and we know what it's like. Yeah. And tomorrow I'll be in my jumpsuit. So I think to myself, you know what, let's get the most of being a little bit more chilly. But you're right, you're absolutely freezing on the little walk this morning. No, good week. Very busy. A lot of turning cogs happening at the moment. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of decisions having to be made. But it's all good, right? It's all good. What about yourself, Jan? How's your week been? I suppose Formula One. We got to congratulate Carlos for his podium.
Yeah, so frustrating a race in so many ways. Lando had his opportunity to make a comeback and close that championship race down again. Didn't do that. God knows what happened with Oscar. That was a disaster. The whole weekend was a write-off for him in the end. But yeah, I was expecting a more interesting race, if I'm honest with that. There's so many cars out of place, and they always say that racetrack's meant to be good for overtaking. I just saw DRS trains constantly. So yeah, no, that was good. And then yeah, just busy week, as you say, lots of plates spinning at the moment. So yeah, watch this space for everything that's going on at the moment.
Either we're going to continue to have these nice plates spinning, or in my case, they might just all be smashed on the floor. And I'll call it art.
Yeah. But as per usual, we are nothing if we're not here for our community. So let's have a look at the comments. Good morning to Stephanie. Morning, gents. How are you? How are we this chilly Monday morning? Yeah, chilly. But I've just about recovered from the shock of being told by Stephanie that I was right about something. Stephanie has signed up to Apron. It's only taken like 9 months of telling her that it's the best place to go.
It's like every so often we might be writing a few things. That's good.
Sorry, not Apron, Adfin.
Well, yeah.
Let's get those two mixed up. I really shouldn't. But yeah, so Stephanie's finally migrating to Adfin, which is great to hear. Good morning to Cheryl, as the autumn sun is making an appearance today. Everyone ready for Accountex tomorrow? Looks like it's going to be a very dry day. No brolly required. That is bold statement for a Manchester trip. I've never been to Manchester and it's not rained at some point in the trip.
You got your bucket hat ready? That's the big question.
No.
Well, you can't go to Manchester without a bucket hat. I don't think has anyone gone to Manchester without a bucket hat.
No, everyone goes to Manchester with brollies.
Come in. It's your bucket hat.
Good morning to Kirsty, who's saying good morning, everyone. Dave says morning, everyone, from chilly London. Hope you all have a great weekend. Nicola says good morning. Sue says good morning. Amy says morning. Paul says morning, everyone. Nicola has already got FOMO because she can't attend Accountex Manchester.
Oh,
yeah, it's one of the best ones. Stephanie says we're not besties now. Adfin, not Apron. I didn't know we were besties. I thought I was right about something.
It says we're besties now, not we're not besties now.
Oh, we are better. Excuse the dyslexia kicking in there. Christ. Right. So, lots to talk about this week. First of all, the big topic. Nicola, you might want to turn off because this is only going to add to your FOMO, I'm afraid.
Please come back later.
Amy's now packing a brolly. Always pack a brolly from Manchester. Always. In fact, pack 2. Just always plan ahead for Manchester when it comes to the rain. So let's talk Manchester, Accountex Manchester, Aaron. Let's talk about who, where, when, what's everyone doing. Because you and I have got somewhat different itineraries for the next 3 days where we coincide together. Shall I go through mine first and then you can take us through yours?
Go for it.
So I am, after this, I'm going to finish packing my bags and leave to get my train down to Manchester. And then this afternoon, so I'm staying at Brewdog Hotel because that's the only place to stay in Manchester, in my opinion. But literally, I get into Manchester about like 3:25, drop my bags, get over to an event for Xenon, where I'm speaking about the Xenon Engager integration, meeting loads of great Xenon users, having a chat with them, drinks and nibbles with that. Then I'm meeting Marcus and Kata from Engager for probably burgers, because that's what we do, and sales briefing for the team for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, crack of dawn, we'll be up podcast pit stopping. Then I've got to do team photos at 8:30 with Tax Calc and Engager. Then I'm on the stand all day with Tax Calc and Engager, speaking slot at 1:15. And then no, that is literally my day. And then after party tomorrow evening, courtesy of Adfin. And then we're working together on Cool Friends recordings on Wednesday before heading home separate ways in the evening. So yeah, busy few days. What's your day look like, or the next few days look like?
Well, I do feel like you've missed one thing, but we'll get to it. Hopefully I don't forget it as well. Yeah, so straight after this, I'm jumping in the car, shorts and all, going up to Manchester with a brolly, apparently, as Amy's saying now. So I've got to get myself a brolly. Do I go Aston Martin or do I go Mercedes or McLaren? It's a hard choice, isn't it? Which one do you do?
Sorry, we're talking about the car or the brolly?
Yeah, unfortunately, the car, the brolly. Yeah. So yeah, jumping in there. Today we have got to first of all set up the Ask the Accountant stand. So that's a job in itself. Once I've got that sorted, though, off to Brewdog Manchester as well for the lovely hotel that is the Doghouse. After I've sorted that out, I'm at the Digital Disruptors Awards this evening. So good luck to everyone who's out there. Good luck to everyone who's nominated for this particular year. Again, I have no idea who's won. I just being a judge, I just know who was up first before everyone else. So it'd be good to kind of see how that works. And we're live streaming the whole event, so that'll be
it's always fun
time had by all. Yeah, so that'll be good fun. A few drinks there, a few nibbles and everything else. And we're looking forward to getting all that sorted. And then the next day, the big day, Accountex. So we're going to get up early. We're going to get there. We've got to pack up, set the rest of the stand up, because obviously some of that equipment's going to be over to Accountex. And then we're doing this little thing called a grid walk. But by the sounds of it, I'm doing it by myself.
I said podcast pit grid walk. I said that.
Yeah, I'll let you off then.
That's why I said I've got to be for team photos at 8:30.
What do we do? Is that during the grid walk then, is it?
I need to start earlier, by the way.
Great. Already up against it, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. Yeah, so we're going to do that. Now, one thing I must say about Accountex Manchester this time around is we have gone big. Probably the biggest investment in tech we've ever put into one of these grid walks, one of these podcast pit stops.
I think we need to be honest with the people, Aaron. I think they all know this isn't an investment in technology to upgrade the quality. This is just you buying new toys for yourself.
No, this one was a big one. This is a big one. This is the FX2 has joined the Ask the Accountants family, so we're looking forward to utilizing that. And also the biggest amount of cards being released for Top Trumps as well. 16 new cards debut.
16.
Yeah, 16. And it brings us up to 60 cards in the Top Trump family. So yeah, I mean, for the collectors out there, I'm sorry. Like that. We've just made it a lot harder for you. For everyone who wants to play the Guess Who game, I'm sorry, because that again has just got a lot harder for you. But no, I can't say which of the cards, of all the cards there, because it wouldn't be fair on some of the surprise ones. But if you come over to the booth, you can have a look and go through from there. Spoiler alert from Kirsty.
Kirsty, what is it with you and spoiling things?
It's all good. And then for us, we've got the after drinks at the Accountex as well, so that'll be nice. Obviously, we've got a whole day of Pit Stop podcast, so I really look forward to that. Make sure you come over, make sure you say hello. We're doing the whole live event as well, so you can come and listen to the pods as they're being recorded live. So if you want somewhere to sit down and chill out, then that place is available. And always Accountex, Ask the Accountant stand is always a good place to meet and greet anyway. For meeting your friends and all that sort of stuff. So we've got a nice community, always welcome. Even if you come in by yourself, then come along to the Ask the Accountant thing. I'm sure you'll bump into someone you'll recognize in the chat. And then we have, is it Mesh that we're going to for the after party as well? We've been invited to, so we're going to see that one. Maybe look at some of the others. And then, like you said, the day after is our Cool Friends recorded episode, which includes a live recording of the watch party, watch series of MTD. So yeah, it's going to be an eventful few days, or 3 days, isn't it, that we're there for?
It'll be a busy 3 days.
Yeah, but we won't want it any other way. It's like you've already said, it's one of the really, really top events of the year, isn't it? So really looking forward to it. Looking forward to getting involved. And we'll see how it goes from there. So yeah, shall we jump into some? We've got loads of people in the questions, so shall we jump into some of those?
Yes, let's jump in there. So Dave's looking forward to his first Accountex Manchester event. Dave, you've done London, so this is going to be a very different experience for you. You'll enjoy this.
What an event to go to.
Yeah. AIM GB Accountant says good morning. Good morning. Stephanie would like you to check your tyres.
I like to risk it. Are you
going via the local weighbridge?
You know, it's because last time it popped on me, didn't it?
Overloading the car.
I mean, there's even more stuff in the car this time around, including a new prop as well, which, I think everyone will be lovely to see. Yeah.
Kirsty's looking forward to the live stream of the Digital Disruptors Awards, hoping for TCS, Tim and Millie, and for Chris Downing for Dietary of the Year Award.
I'm not saying who I voted for at all. I'm not saying a single word, but Kirsty is good at spoiling things, so that's all I can say.
Kirsty says, please save me a Susanna card and speak of the devil, and she shall appear. Good morning to Susanna. Fantastic. Right, pre-parties, after parties, because this is where you all come for. This is what you're all here for. Let's face it. Where are the booze? So, pre-parties, what have we got? What's happening tonight? So we've got the Digital Disruptors Awards. That's a ticketed event, I believe, and you pay for your tickets. So check out their social medias if you want to go to that.
Or your drinks as well.
And you pay for your drinks as well. So that's an expensive option. Or Xenon are doing drinks and nibbles after a little sales pitch from Xenon Free Agent and Engager, which will be good. Their event is on Eventbrite. So you can find a ticket there. It's a free event.
Involved. I don't expect to see any of those people at the Accountex the next day.
Complete write-off. And then, is there any other events that you've heard of on the pre-party night?
Yeah, and I hope I'm not. I'm sure Apron are doing. I'm sure Amy was telling me Apron's doing. Amy's in the chat, so hopefully she'll say yes or no to this one. But I'm pretty sure Apron was doing. I think that's what she said she was, or one of her friends is going to. I know Meshed are doing one as well. So insurance Meshed. So I think we have plenty of options out there for people.
Or pre-parties for Accountex. I don't feel there's enough people for 4 parties. I could be wrong.
The ticketed event where that, you'd imagine that's going to get the draw of people, because it's like, well, I've already paid for the ticket, right? Like you can't change now. So yeah, I'd imagine, but we'll see. I mean, Manchester's a big place, right? And I know TCS crew are going to be doing a Millie's birthday pub crawl. So,
Oh, not a karaoke night then.
There'll be a karaoke involved. There'll be all sorts involved in that. So, yeah. So there's another group going around as well. So you've got options pre-Accountex, that's for sure.
Cool. Cool. So that's pre-parties. 4 different parties.
Yep.
After parties. What's going on tomorrow night? Now I know Adfin have got an after party going on, and you've got to go and talk to Adfin about Adfin at their stand, and they'll give you a little bracelet, wristband thing, so you can get into the party and have some drinks on them. Any others?
So Meshed and
Mesh are doing 2 parties.
Yeah, pre and post. But theirs is a joint one. I'm struggling to remember who else is involved in the Mesh party. It's on my phone somewhere. But yeah, there's other ones involved in them as well. So they're opposite the venue. Go through them there. So yeah, I mean, I remember that there's also, well, we assume there's going to be after party drinks at Accountex itself.
They normally do it in the foyer, don't they?
Don't know. We should maybe have asked beforehand if that's definitely happening. But hey, oops.
Oh well. But yeah, it's good to see that softwares think there's an audience there the night before and the night after, because traditionally Accountex Manchester is one of those, we travel there on the day, we travel back on the day.
Yeah.
But these after party, like the after parties at Accountex London, like we were saying last week, that's where Ask the Accountant podcast came from. So the networking aspect to these is very important for building our networks across the industry and meeting people in real life that we talk to all the time on social media and stuff. So yeah, it's good to see that aspect of London is coming to Manchester gradually. So yeah, brilliant.
Manchester's got, because we're so central, I always feel like Manchester's got that better option for afterwards, right? Again, love London, love going down there, but we're always in Excel, aren't we, in that area? Yep. And
always end up in the same places.
Yeah, you're limited to what's there, right? And don't get me wrong, it's an amazing place to eat, but there's only one. Well, there's probably more than one, but there's only one we like, right? So we're going to go there a lot. There's one place to drink, you know what I mean? Like, whereas Manchester, literally the whole of Manchester is available to you. And if my recommendation to people is go over to like Albert Schloss and all those sort of places around that area. It's such a nice vibe around there. So yeah, I think people are going to be well looked after no matter what. Even if it's not an official after party, there's enough of us there, enough as a group. So yeah, it'll be good fun.
Definitely. Cool. Anything else you want to share about Manchester? Good morning to James. What have I missed? Everything.
Yeah, one of the cool friends that we're going to be interviewing on the Wednesday, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, we've got some very cool friends episodes coming up on Wednesday. Looking forward to those. So yeah. Anything else you want to talk about Accountex Manchester?
I suppose it's just what do you think is going to be announced? Like what's on the grapevine? I suppose that's the one thing we love about Accountex. We love about all the events is that whole idea of what's going to be announced. We were talking. We won't spoil any we kind of know about, because we'll talk about them next week as they come live. What are you expecting? Are you expecting anything major from any of the others that we don't know about? Do you think there's anything out there that
you might have noticed Engage is making a lot of noise about proposals. So yeah, we've got the first kind of alpha viewing of what the proposals and upgraded letter of engagement is going to be looking like. The team have been working hard over the weekend to get that into a position where it's ready to be seen by the public in the current format. We're looking at mid-October for the release, but we're hoping to show everyone what it looks like and how it all works. So, yeah, we're doing that, which is all very exciting. Briefcase are making a lot of noise. They're saying they've got a big announcement, a whole new software, basically, from what they're saying.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting to see what they've got to release tomorrow. I don't know if I've heard or seen much else. Have you?
I was wondering if CAS 360. I mean, I don't even know if they're there or not there, but is it too soon to?
I know they are there. Ashley rang me the other day to tell me they're going to be there because they might have become the Scottish Company's House issue. So I need to have a look at that.
Got any more information to share about their work papers, that sort of thing? That'll be interesting.
I don't think so. I think their focus in the UK at the moment is the Company's House tool and AML tool.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've not seen much more than that at the moment. But yeah, I mean, has anyone else heard anything in the comments? Kirsty, just double check what you are and aren't allowed to say before you put anything in the comments.
Well,
it's bad enough we get told off for breaching NDAs. Never mind our listeners.
I know it's the wrong time for a certain solution that I'm very close to because they can't announce anything at this point in time. So yeah, they're kind of going to be talking about older stuff.
Xero and QuickBooks have had their big announcements this year already, haven't they? So
yeah,
there might be more later down the road, but I don't see it happening tomorrow.
Just let me double check my
because this is what you need. You need a little black book that tells you what you can and can't talk about. But yeah, I think that's everything I've heard on the grapevine.
I mean, Bright will know that acquires someone.
Well, Bright have just announced a new reporting hub for the Accountancy Bright Manager users. So that got announced the other day. Interesting news, though. Speaking of Bright have emailed apparently all their users who use BTC to be telling them and told them that BTC will not support quarterly MTD filings, just the full annual return filing. Bit late in the day to tell your users that.
That's interesting, isn't it? I mean, why build the solution?
Why would you tell everyone that 2 days before they all turn up and get angry at you at the stand?
True.
But it's typical Bright fashion because they announced just before, like the day before fact, that they're turning off payroll desktop, and their team had a horrible few days of that. They literally go, how can we upset the guys on the stand?
We don't want them to have an easy time.
We're going to make them earn that free burger we're buying for them.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so BTC will not be supporting quarterly MTD filings.
Interesting move. Well, that's something to talk about with James on the MTD watch series anyway. So cool.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, I think that's everything that I've heard of so far that I know I can definitely talk about without getting sued.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sue Green says, I'm having massive FOMO. Accountex Manchester client contract comes first. It does, Sue. But you're going to miss out on a great day.
Yeah, you will be missed.
And Stephanie says, FOMO here too, but I'm off filming something exciting. Fantastic. So yeah, cool. Let's move on from Accountex Manchester news. We've got news of our own. So I'm going to hand over to Aaron Patrick here because this is his little project, his little baby. Him and Lizzie have been working exceptionally hard on this. And we hinted last week and the week before that something was coming. So Aaron's going to take you through what is coming. But before we do, I want it to be clear that, Aaron will go through it all in detail and the background to it all, but it has no impact on what we're doing already today and have been doing for the last 3 years and 151 episodes, plus all the extra episodes. If you add in all the cool locations, cool friends, podcast pit stops episodes, we've got to be clocking closer to 500 by now, right?
Oh, easily, yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't be celebrating. Maybe we can move the balloons around and do 501.
501 pieces of content.
Yeah. But yeah, so Aaron, over to you to explain to the community what's coming in the future.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, look, reiterate what Johann just said. Nothing changes. We're still going to be here each and every Monday morning, 8:30 a.m. You're still going to get your podcast on a Wednesday. I think I've got those dates right, those timings right. And we're still going to commit to giving you cool locations, cool friends, cool everything, like all those sort of stuff. But we've definitely come to a point after 150 episodes, and we've been 3 years now, aren't we? 3 years we've been doing this for, where we've had our first time where we've had to say no to events, and we've had to make some really tough decisions behind the scenes of what we can and can't do and everything else that goes with it. And also, hopefully you've all noticed we're now called Ask the Accountant Network. And the idea then is that we're trying to build more into the network, but we're coming to points where it's becoming difficult for us to grow at our current model and the current way we're doing things. We've always been really lucky in terms of people have wanted to sponsor us, and we've had opportunities for sponsorships, and we've taken a couple in the past, haven't we? We've taken a couple of them on, but it's always really difficult for us to decide which are right and which are wrong, because what we don't want to do is compromise our content or compromise what we're allowed to say or compromise anything that you know that we can do or be or what we are. So there's always been an ethical issue, hasn't there, Johann, about
even when we've taken sponsorship on, like one's come back to bite us in the backside because they've changed something in the way they run, and that didn't reflect on us who've always endorsed them very well. Another one has never caused us any issues apart from one of their competitors trying to sue us for having an opinion. So yeah, it's just something we've just been burnt by so many times already to want to do it. And ethically, we're not the two that are going to go and shout about a different product in the same space every other week just because they're paying us paying the bills to keep the lights on. I don't know about you, but that really bugs me on YouTube videos when this week they're sponsored by this case provider, next week they're sponsored by that case provider, or this week they're sponsored by this note-taking tool, then they're sponsored by their competitor the next week.
Yep.
And it's like, well, actually, hang on. The way you're pitching this is that you're endorsing the product. Which one's better? You're not telling me. You're leaving me as confused now about which one I should choose, because I come to your YouTube channel to listen and to understand your point of view on this. So yeah, sponsorship just doesn't really work for us, does it? Because of our ethical qualms.
Exactly, and especially
we'd be a lot richer if we didn't have ethics.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also us wanting to be a network makes it even more difficult, right? Because imagine we're sponsored by ABC Limited and we want to bring someone on who is completely opposed to ABC Limited. That just stops that conversation dead, right? Like, makes it really difficult. But at the same time, we want to give back to people who do give up their time to come on the show. We want to, you know, if they're having to go to an event, for example, we should be paying for their hotels, and like that's what the network should be doing. And full transparency, and that's one of the things we'll definitely come on to, is we will never probably see the investment of costs and everything back that me and Johan's put in, and that's absolutely fine because it's never been about trying to make money, right? Like that's not what we do this for.
This was always about getting an audience and getting speaking opportunities and sharing the passion we have for the industry and the tech we use.
And giving back to the industry, right? Yeah, and helping the industry. And you know, the one thing we've always wanted, and we know we've achieved it, we've had people who told us, is getting people into the industry, like finding people wanting to come in the industry for the first time. And that's what this was all about. So we've come to a fork in the road where we want to give an opportunity for you guys to support us if you want to. And again, this is if you want to, there's going to be opportunities for you to get perks and get some extra content coming your way. So we're looking to release the cool listener option for you. Now, the way we're going to do this is, and full transparency on this, nothing set in stone. So we're going to be putting polls out there of what platform to run this on, what the price point you think is going to be right for this, and all that sort of stuff. The whole point of being in the Ask the Accountant community is you guys get to decide what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. So our proposal for cool listeners is to give you an opportunity of a tiered system. And we want to give you some perks for joining us along the ride. So the first one is a exclusive top trump card, a cool listener card. So everyone who signs up will get the opportunity to have an opportunity to get one of these cool listener top trumps cards. Then there's going to be some ways in which you can get a silver and a gold one. So it's based on how long you've been a cool listener for. So we thought that would be a nice little perk for everyone. You get your own exclusive top trump card. We're also going to have a community talking area, place to talk. Yeah, platform. Where, who, when. Still to be TBC, and we need your help on deciding exactly where it is. We've talked about Facebook, we talked about Patreon, we talked about WhatsApp, we talked about YouTube, we talked about all of the different platforms we can think. Substack's one that keeps coming up as well. So we're trying to figure out exactly where that best place is going to be. But we want it to be a place where we can talk to one another, ask questions, all those cool communities you're probably already part of. We want to be, in that conversation. What we want to do a bit differently in there is give an opportunity for people to have a dictation on the show. So who are going to be our cool friends going forward? Let's have a discussion about that in the community. What those cool locations are going to be going forward. Let's have a discussion about it. And I think a cool one that Lizzie's not happy about, but I'm telling her it's happening, is we're going to reopen all of the cool top trumps cards, and we're going to go back and maybe right some wrongs that we may have done in our scorings before. So typically, we just score them, and they're very random, but random with a bit of a pinch of salt to it to try and make it at least seem a bit fair. But going forward, we want the community to decide what scores people are going to get on the doors, so that hopefully, and then we'll re-release them as and when with the new scores that are coming along. So keep an eye out for that one. We want to give you an opportunity to get some bonus content as well. That's why you have the option to come into our cool listener area. So we're going to be doing one live episode per month with everyone in the network invited to do a cool bonus show option. Well, I can't remember what we called it now. After Ask the Accountant After Hours, I think we may have settled on. And the idea there is we'll talk about everything, probably other than accountancy. So we'll talk about everything we can. There will be some accountancy content in there. For example, let's do a little tier list of what's the best event that happened in 2025. Things like that we want to bring into there. But also in the bonus show as well, we want to be completely transparent with you guys. So we're going to be saying on that bonus show exactly how much we brought in and what the costs have been, so everyone can see exactly how that's going to be. We're going to launch what we call a creator fund as well. So the idea of everyone who's actually involved in creating Ask the Accountant, they're gonna get a piece of the pie. And also we're going to be very transparent on what the costs are running this little show for everyone. So we thought that after our show will be quite a nice little give back and an opportunity to talk about people's moving houses and things like that, like the stuff that we don't get to talk about on the show, and give an opportunity to bring that, and everyone in the network will be invited to come on that one and talk it through. And then we want to give you some timed exclusive content as well. So we're going to commit to releasing a piece of content each and every month, maybe more if we get the opportunity to do that. But we want to look at things like how we're using AI in our practice, what cool gadgets are we using at this point, how our setup works, what software we're using for this, what software we're using, that, those sort of things. So I want to bring that in. And finally, we're going to give you the opportunity to get a weekly shout out on the show. So people who subscribe and become a cool listener will get your shout out and get your opportunity to be shouted out on the show. Very much, we're still going to continue to shout you out if you're on the Come Thingy live, but there's also people out there who don't get to come live, right? Don't get that opportunity to have a shout out. So this opens it up for them. So it's a scary world. I'll be completely transparent with everyone. We've been pushing back on this for a long time. Like, this has been something we have back and forth. But we feel like if we get the price right, and that's going to be dictated by you guys and what that price point is going to be, then we can commit ourselves to future events. And that means we can definitely go to some of the events we've already had to say no to. There's opportunities we can turn that around and go to these events. We can make sure we have this creative fund so that we can give back to the people who are coming on the show going forward, and we're going to be very transparent with what that creative fund and how much is there and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to make sure that you guys get exclusive content and timed exclusive content as well. So the timed exclusive just means that in a month, 2 months, 3 months, it'll probably go live to everyone, but it gives you a chance to see it before everyone's sort of idea, or a week before, whatever the timed exclusive is going to be. But yeah, scary times. But we want to launch the cool listener opportunity for everyone to kind of be involved in, and give us an opportunity to give back even more. What's your feeling so far, Johann? I mean, how nervous we've been for this.
Yeah, the main reason we're having to do this is ethically we don't want to be sponsored by softwares, because like people want to sponsor us, but then we've had issues in the past. We could look at getting sponsored by hardware and software outside of the industry with people that are looking to get into this industry.
Yeah.
But even that is a challenge, and those kind of companies are looking for huge volumes of listeners and stuff, that our niche is too niche for that. But at the same time, just doing something as small as the ICB conference, that's a good £1,000 worth of cost just in hotels, travel. That's not including time for myself, Aaron, etc. Like, we will always continue to volunteer our time to this, as we always have done. We've never financially gained anything from this. If anything, it's a black hole to pour money and time into. But when you've got small events that haven't got a budget to even cover our expenses, and we really want to be there and to attend, that's a £1,000 hit to us. And that's why we're having to say no to some things. Now, there's other events where they go above and beyond. Let's take Accountex London and Accountex Manchester, for example. They make a significant write-off of cost of opportunity where they could have sold the stand. They donate that to us, basically. All of that artwork and the print up and everything that they did at both the Accountexes, completely paid for by Accountex. And in return, we volunteered our time, we travelled, etc., to an event that we'd have probably been at and incurring costs to attend anyway. So it's more the events that we wouldn't necessarily attend ourselves, that then don't have a budget for us to even cover our expenses. They're the ones that we need to generate some kind of income so we can still go and represent them. But yeah, so that is the goal here. It's just to pay for producer Lizzie to produce all the video content and stuff that she does, but also so you guys can steer us in what you want to see. Like, we have lots of cool ideas, but they don't always work well with viewing numbers and stuff. So we need to listen more to our community about what they want. And along with that ethical thing, that was one of the big things that you and I said, wasn't it? That we have to be completely transparent with our members. So our members will see our income revenues for this, from the memberships, everything. The members will be asked, should we take sponsorship if an opportunity comes up that we think actually we could attend and we could do. Members will be asked if we should attend an event that's going to dig into the profit line, as it were, not that there's any profit, but increase our expenses. Because it may be, we think we ought to go to an event. Actually, the majority of members go, actually, we're not that fussed by the content you created from that last time, so don't worry about it. But yeah, so publishing the accounts and showing everybody. But I know there's people out there that do this already, in a look at how much money I've made out of this kind of thing. And it's normally just top line figures or bottom line figures. This isn't a bragging exercise, because quite frankly, it's depressing how much time and money we've spent on this over the years and got nowhere with it, as it were. This is purely look, if you're going to invest, if you're making an investment, which is what this membership is, we want to show you the return on your investment in returns of content, quality, etc., that you're getting back from it. But it doesn't change the weekly show. This is still going to go out at the same times. It may mean that Cool Friends and Cool Locations get released to the public a week later, and our community gets to see it first. That might be only a few days earlier. We've not quite decided on that bit yet.
Well, it's something to decide, right? Like, what is the exclusive window going forward?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to see comments in the comments section about what people are thinking about this. Is this the right direction for us to go in? Are you interested in becoming a member? As I say, pricing and all of that has yet to be decided. We know we're going to do it in tiers, but there'll be surveys, there'll be polls going out into our social media channels where we want you to feedback so we can try and gauge this for the majority, not the minority.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because, we've 150 episodes, and I feel like we've got to a point now where we've created our own identity, right? Like, especially at events. We do the grid walk, which
rightly or wrongly, good or bad.
100%. But we love what we do at the events, right? We could have just turned up with a podcast and just sat there and podcast away, right? Like, that's what we could have done. But we always try and do a little bit more. We try and give back. Like, the whole point of doing the grid walk is not for our benefit, it's for the event, right? It's a great FOMO. It's to show people how cool that event is and why we
go next year.
Yeah, exactly. Why we think you should be there, right? And we love the idea of getting involved with the vendors as well, because sometimes they're really nervous about releasing something, or the amount of times that we've seen some behind the scenes of someone who may have the wrong color shirt on or whatever it's going to be that we can talk about at events, or whatever that's going to be. It just, we love being at the events, but we have to also be sensible about it. Like, we need steering of which events to go to and go from that. And also, it's not always just going to be me and you, is it, Johann? Like, the whole point of it being a network is we want more people involved. We want to have more on the network itself. My biggest dream about this would be that we're at a point where we can entice some of the other podcasts in the accounting industry to come along to us, right? Like, to be part of our network, to so we can spread the love, so we can get more people involved and stuff like that. Like, that's where we want it to be. We've already filmed some amazing pilots and stuff behind the scenes, and we're hoping that we can get them green lit and kind of go forward. But we can only continue to build on that and continue to kind of get those little extra projects and stuff if we can make it, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And my biggest guilt at the moment is that when we bring other people on, right? When we bring people outside of it's me and you, when we're asking them to use their time and everything else. And so that's why we wanted to be transparent. We wanted that creative fund. We wanted that opportunity to, and even if it's just paying for their hotel fees when they come to an event, like that's what we want that to be part of, and kind of go through from there. So yeah, we're nervous. We're very nervous about doing this. Like, it feels a little bit like, when's the right time to do anything like this, right? Like, when is the right time? And that's always going to be difficult. But we hope that the people who want to come along for the ride, get their money's worth. That's the whole point of this, right? But we, as Johann said at the very, 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 very beginning, this doesn't mean that anything will change for anyone who listens to us on a weekly basis or enjoys the content we put in there. I mean, if you are listening and you want to support us and you can't, join the Cool Friends initiative, which is absolutely fine, a Cool Listener initiative, which is absolutely fine, then please go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, watch a few videos for us. Like, that means so much to us. It really does help us. There's some in the background,
the content in your social media channels and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We've got certain tiers that if we hit, then there's ways in which we can monetize that area, for example. And there's options where we can kind of thing there. So yeah, that's how you can help us if you do want to help us and fully fully understand if if you can't join us on the call listener element of it. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, people can give us some comments, give us some encouragement. Let us know what you want from it.
This is completely the wrong thing, and we're going mad.
Exactly, and that will be driven by the community, right? And it'd be awesome to know if there's any other perks you feel like we missed. Like me, Johann, and Lizzie's been in a darkened room at the moment. A few of the other networks been involved as well, but it'd be great to see if there's anything else, like especially with AI and everything else. Is there a world where we can help more people? Like, is there content around AI that we can help push? That people would see a value in and everything like that. Like talk to us, let us know, give us the feedback. And this is why we wanted to launch it today, or at least announce it today, because if you are in person with us at the next event, talk to us. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. And let's come on the journey with us and figure this out together. And hopefully we can all leave with a better Ask the Accountant network going forward.
That's the goal. The next step. Right. Some comments. Brace yourself, Aaron. Stephanie would like to appeal her tech score, please.
This is what I'm saying. Like, there is definitely contentious scores out there.
But there's only so many points. So every card gets the same amount of points combined. So if you want to improve your tech score, you're going to have to take a hit somewhere else.
Yeah.
And the same for Amy, who wants to have a higher banter score. Again, that's fine, but where are you going to take the points from?
And we're up for doing this. And also, if we're going to re-release your card, maybe a new photo for you as well. Like those options are going to be there. I mean, producer Lizzie is sat there absolutely screaming at the thing at the moment. But hey, you know what? We want to do what's best for the community.
Natasha, the bookkeeper superhero, says, "Morning. Sorry for being late." That's all right, Natasha. Because she went on to say, "I actually think this is a great idea. Count me as one of your first members." There we go. We've got one.
Natasha. And look, full transparency, like people like Natasha, the people we want to be involved in our network going forward, right? We want to get you on more shows and all that sort of stuff, right? And yeah, this is what we're trying to hopefully will unlock for us going forward.
Yeah. Kirsty says, "I'm interested. Hashtag cool friend." No, cool listener. Cool listener. Listen, Kirsty.
Cool friend, Kirsty. You've already made it to a cool friend.
This is a cool friend. This is cool friend, cool listener. 2 hashtags after your name. Dave says, also interested. AIMGB accountants, Johann and Aaron, your shows are brilliant. Your ideas, chats, and recommendations have helped me organize and build my practice. Please sign me up. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Stephanie would like us to take her points off her banter score.
Bring it to 0.
-1. -1 for banter.
But all honesty, like the cool I think we need to call them cool cards going forward. I feel like we've messed up why we keep calling them top trumps cards. We need to, or not top. I think they should be the cool cards, right? Whatever the name of our top trumps going forward are, I do think that there are so many out there where we got contentious. I'll always remember showing Rachel Harris's, and she kind of looked there and went, I don't know what.
The thing is, originally, back in the day when we first launched them, we did ask each person to score themselves, but it was a road crash. People couldn't add up to the points number we gave them.
Yeah.
So we had to deduct points for mathematics. People weren't responding to us in time to get them printed. Like, they didn't understand. It was at which point Lizzie just went, "No, this is ridiculous. I'll just do it myself," which has led to some interesting scores.
She may have been steered somewhat by one of us.
You, not me. I've never been. Wash my hands.
I think I've done it. I think I've got like 80% of it right, but there's definitely room for improvement there. And I think that's where the community can decide. And also, which cards are we missing? Again, we're just sitting there making these cards in a vacuum, so it'd be great to,
based on the number of based on people going on shows and stuff. That it's not completely unguided.
No. But there's a criteria to get. But what about like the vendors and the events and stuff like that? Because we create some of them, right? And it's what we missing? What's going on there? So that's what we want the bonus show to be. We want the bonus show to be an opportunity to talk to the community and get that in.
Definitely.
Stephanie
Stephanie says you need to create tests to demonstrate abilities.
We have to send them a quiz, and whatever they get the quiz out of is what the results are. Yeah,
fair enough. Right. One last bit of news. Aaron, you picked up on this, so I'll hand over to yourself for this one again. New pricing from Sage.
Yeah. So this caught my eye because I got an email come through. I'm sure everyone's had the same email. It says, pay for what you use. The new subscription changes within Sage for Accountants. So this is part of their SFA platform, Sage for Accountants, which is basically their the platform you go in to see all your clients and you get access to your practice elements.
Auto entry feeds in, Go Proposal feeds in, etc.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean QBOA for your QuickBooks, and it's Zero HQ, is it? It's the equivalent for Zero. So hi Aaron, it says, imagine only paying for the tools you need when you need them. And it goes on to say, as a valued SFA customer, you're about to experience the flexibility firsthand. The way subscriptions are billed is changing, meaning that rather than buying a fixed plan, you can choose the allowance you need of each SFA product based on the jobs you have to do. And they go on to kind of give you some more kind of perks and everything else. And also there's a giveaway as well. There's a free allowance worth for £95 if you start benefiting straight away. And they've got a webinar coming on the 25th of September by Mr. MTD himself, Chris Downing. And he'll talk you through, and they're going to learn how SFA and Copilot can help you streamline operations, how Sage for Accountants has been reimagined, how Copilot is helping firms save time, how to tailor Sage for Accountants for your firm's unique, and so on and so forth. But interesting spin here, isn't it? Because it seems like, and I've got to be careful here. We go back to my NDA book for stuff that I am and I'm not allowed to talk about. And it seems like we're going to see a different approach going forward from our favorite FMS solutions in terms of how this is done. Because prior to having to pay for an extra subscription to kind of get hold of everything, it was always used to be, there's always been some form of paywall, right? Like, and normally, if you look at the other options or the other competitors out there, they're very much behind paywalls or behind subscription walls, right? Like Zero, for example, you only get access to work papers if you have X amount, isn't it? Like if you have X amount of clients and you bring them in, and QuickBooks, they have this tier system. If you get to the highest tier, you unlock X, Y, Z. Mostly that's like enhanced discounts and stuff like that. Sage has very much kind of been there. They've got different price points for all their different solutions, haven't they? And they're kind of all around and everything else. But this seems like they're giving you an option to have all of that bundled into one, from what I can tell. And then from there on in, you can pay as you go. So I feel like this is going to be a really interesting world going forward, because that model of we just pay for our clients and we get everything included with it seems to be coming to an end. Seems to be like that they're starting to give more because of AI and everything else that's coming with it. And it looks like the FMS solution are looking for new ways to monetize that going forward. What do you feel to this? Because part of me understands it, but part of me also feels like I don't know how much tolerance accountancy practices have for extra fluffiness to be added onto their FMS solutions as it is, right?
Yeah. So look, something we talk about in Engager all the time is value versus cost. Like a lot of softwares recently have been increasing their costs without increasing the value offering. So that this becomes more and more distorted. But then there's other softwares out there that constantly add value in new features, upgrades, etc. And then they need to increase their costs to offset, to maintain that differential of value to cost ratio. But there's a lot of bad press for them to do that, and there's a lot of pressure for them to not do it because of the other softwares where the value's down here and the costs are going up here. So we need to try and maintain this level playing field. Now, with the bigger firms, they are going to go, you know what? Where's the unlimited package? Just sign me up. I don't care how much it costs. I want access to everything at whatever volume I want access to. I don't want to be worried about, oh, have I got enough tax returns credits or enough AML credits, etc. I just want to get on with it. We're too big. That's too admin heavy for us. Just give me unlimited and let me get on with it.
And those barriers always stunt growth as well, don't they?
Yes. So I like what Sage are doing here for the smaller firms, where they can go, oh, don't really need, for a Go proposal, for example, you get X amount of proposals a month on the smaller tier. Now, maybe you don't need that and you want to pay as you go type option. Absolutely fine, but actually in volume, you're probably going to end up paying more per proposal than you would do on a subscription. But if you're not using them all that you get every month, then actually it's working out cheaper per proposal to do it that way.
Yeah.
So it is going to be finding that balancing point for you and your firm. But I feel like more choice is the best option.
Yeah.
Like there's always conversations of launching a new feature. Well, should that be a bolt-on? Does that, because not everybody's going to want that feature. So those that do want it should pay for it. Those that don't want it shouldn't have to have an increased price point to cover the cost of it. Having spent a lot of time in the last 2 years looking at pricing of softwares and how we price Engager and stuff like that, we're never going to satisfy everybody.
No.
And there's always going to be people that are going to be up in arms whinging. Oh, you've increased the costs. We'll stop paying for all the parties. Oh, you've increased the costs because you just want to make more money. Well, we are all businesses. Oh, you've increased the cost because you've got private equity now. Oh, there's always going to be people that are going to be for and against increases. People will see the value added. Or they'll see the increased value by paying for what they want as bolt-ons. Like, we've seen all of this before. The stuff we're dealing with in the software industry and the accounting space is nothing new. If you look at mobile phone companies, right, they're the best example.
100%.
1 minute, it's all inclusive. Okay. Like at the moment, everything's unlimited. You don't get told how many minutes or how many text messages now you want. Most don't even throttle you with your data now. A lot of it's unlimited. But then if you go to EE, you've always got unlimited data, but how fast do you want that data? That's how they tier it. You're like, if you're on this tier, you get 10 megabits per second. On this tier, you get this. On this tier, you get whatever we can throw down you, which is hundreds of megabits, and we'll make sure your phone signal takes priority in a busy environment. Now, for me, I'm at Accountex I've got 5 bars of 5G and I can't make a phone call because everybody's on the 5G. That priority access, that's really important for me. So that's why I pay for that. But for other people, they're like, I don't need fast internet on my phone. I just need internet. I just need to be able to surf my emails and Facebook. Whereas a few years ago, everything was a bolt-on. You all started with a minimum product. Like, right, you get 100 text messages, 100 phone calls. We didn't have data back then. That wasn't a thing. But then you could go, oh, I don't really do phone calls, but I do a lot of texting. So I'm going to buy a bolt-on for each month for 1,000 text messages or whatever it was. None of the models in today's accounting software space are new. It's all been done before. Like, there's coffee shops out there that do free, unlimited coffees. You pay X amount a month and you get unlimited coffees. Some people will have 2 coffees a week, maybe 2 coffees a month. Others will be having 10 coffees a day, every day and it all balances out. So, but the people that are still paying for it to be unlimited for 2 coffees a week see value in that. They still think, actually, that works out better value for me. I like the flexibility. I don't like messing around with payment cash and whatever. Like, we've got loyalty card. There's just everything's been done before. It's just putting it into the accounting space and how we do it. So pay as you go, it's been done for many, many years everywhere else. It sounds new to accounting software, and to a certain degree it is. And it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. I imagine it's going to go really well with the smaller startups and stuff where they want access to these tools, but they can't really afford the monthly subscriptions at the moment. So it's a very clever play by that, because once you're in, you get sticky. But yeah, that was I ranted for a while there. Sorry.
It's all good. That play to Sage because they have the ecosystem to do this, right? Like they've built it for a long time. They're in a unique position, other than a handful of other solutions out there. No one else can really offer this amount of functionality for a page, like you said, that pay as you go, or that freemium model that they've been playing around with for MTD, right? Like they're in a unique aspect here of being able to try and challenge the market in some respects. So that seems good. The only thing I would say on this one, and maybe it's this one where you kind of have to you have to go into product to find out, is there's not a lot of information out there at the moment. It's just quite a marketing spiel, isn't it? Of, well, we're changing the way you're pricing, blah blah blah. They could have said we're increasing our prices, and they're just, by the sounds of it, they're putting a much better and more positive spin on it, aren't they? That we're changing the way, and we're doing it that way around. So fair play to them. I am nervous as to what this means, as in, what is that price point? Like, what are we getting for it? And all that sort of. There's a lot of unknown there, isn't there? But then again, I suppose it's not. Is it aimed at us, or is it aimed at the people who are already deeply in the ecosystem? I imagine it's for the latter, isn't it? I imagine it's for them, and they can then start turning on extra bits they want to turn on.
Marcus has said in the comments, a lot of the frustration with pricing is often related to unpredictability and lack of explanation. The ones who aren't increasing the costs annually will need to recover it at some point. I'd worry more about the ones who aren't increasing their prices. Yeah. And the thing is, though, we say it's unpredictable, but QuickBooks is predictable pretty much to the date. Xero, predictable. Like, we all know there's normally an annual increase.
And then just bouncing off on it, aren't they? Like,
and we all know that actually, if we look back and see that, we would see a pattern. But it's all about explaining it, like justification, like inflation. That's the first 5% of any increase at the moment is inflation.
Easily.
Anything above that, well, actually, we need to justify the value add. Has the roadmap, has that delivered in the last year enough value to justify anything above 5% price increase? In some softwares, I'd say definitely. In others, don't see it myself. But I am conscious it is 9:33. We've all got places to be, especially today. So, Aaron, anything to sign off with?
No, just come and say hello. Come to us if you're coming to Accountex. Say hello. Give us some feedback on the cool listener. And how that's going to go. We want to hear from you, and keep an eye out for socials, for polls and all that sort of stuff, as we try and figure out what's right for everyone going forward. But yeah, looking forward to Accountex. Can't wait for Digital Disruptors later today. So yeah, see you all there. You all come along.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much to everyone that's tuned in. Thank you for your initial thoughts and feedback on the membership packages we're looking at. If you have any feedback, whether you want to bring it to us in person, or if you want to drop us a message on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, feel free to reach out to us. We're not, we're completely open to feedback, pros and cons. So please
tell us if we're doing this wrong.
Please let us know, because we want to make sure we're building this right. Otherwise, it's pointless in building it in the first place. But yeah, we will hopefully see some of you tomorrow, and we'll see the rest of you same time next week, Monday at 8:30 for Ask the Accountant.
Cheers, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Bye.